Hello, this is Anil Maheshwari, professor at Maharishi International University, and today I want to talk to you about V theory for development of consciousness to win in the digital age. So let's keep going with what is higher consciousness, what is victory, and what is the V theory. So first thing is the wholeness is that we are talking about knowing oneself. Through development of consciousness, we know ourselves. Who am I? I'm neither this nor that. I'm pure consciousness. And it can be experienced through transcendence. And V theory is a process of helping that happen. The benefits of this self knowledge is that we know ourselves and it can bring well being and peace to individuals and society. So let's begin with the Shanti mantra about wholeness. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachite Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishite. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. That means that the world is wholeness. This inner world is also wholeness. From wholeness comes wholeness. Taking wholeness out of wholeness indeed leads to more wholeness. Current situation is that there are so many crises in society, but as Einstein said, grand problems cannot be solved on the same level of consciousness that gave rise to them in the first place. So tackling grand challenges is like falling sick at the intersection of specialties, said Henry Ginsburg, that patients get kicked around and to nowhere. The key problem is pragyaprad, or mistake of the intellect, that we identify ourselves with objects, external reality, and material objects, whereas we are not that. So we are really pure consciousness, and the goal is to, purpose is to transcend, to be able to get there. Let's go to next one. So who am I? Who am I really? I'm really, the purpose of question is to dissolve the questioner, right? We can see in this picture here, we are inside us, we are sort of some technology, some business, some connections network, and yet we are existing in an external world. So we are the totality. We have to dissolve the limited identity of the questioner. The purpose of life is the expansion of happiness, Maharishi Maheshwari said. And when we look outside, as we see why, what is this happening? Looking inside, we say, why not, why not, why not? This is the nature of reality. So if you look at this nature of reality with this diagram from engineering, the question becomes, who are we? Who am I? Am I this bulb which is emitting light, or am I the light? Or am I the electricity that is getting converted into light? Or am I the wires and magnet that are feeding the electricity to create light? Or am I the laws of electromagnetism, something very subtle, which is creating everything? Or am I all the laws of nature, including laws of gravitation and laws of cosmic laws? Or am I all of the above? Whatever answer you choose, it's right. That depends on our consciousness. Knowledge is structured in consciousness, and knowledge is different states of consciousness. So we are actually interconnected in oneness. At the surface level, we look separate, but beneath the surface, we are connected with water pipes, as you can see, houses or other pipes. Truth is one. It's expressed in many ways. We all have different expressions of the total truth. So how do we transcend to higher consciousness? Which means that we are at one level, we are pure consciousness, another level, we are discrete human beings. Transcendence is the act of withdrawing attention from the particularities and bringing it to totality, the pure being. Technology of transcendence can be used to create laser-like coherent collective consciousness also for sustainable world peace and prosperity. So it's not just knowing ourselves, but we can even do good for the world by creating collective consciousness and world peace. Now, let me describe this core of the message is the V theory of transcendence. V can stand for victory, we can stand for Vedas, we can stand for V, and it's also beyond the U theory from MIT. What V theory says is essentially we live at the surface reality experience, but if we can transcend using a particular technique and go inside, we can touch the pure consciousness, which is pure order, all the unified laws of all the nature. And then as we go down into the pure consciousness, our thoughts begin to become thinner and thinner, they lose power until they all vanish. And then after a while at that level, we come back and then we through an outward stroke. So if we went in maybe tired, confused, frazzled, we may come out more clear, more energized, more creative. So when in Hindi, we would say it's man. Man means like the mind, intellect. It's easy, difficult to translate, but mind, intellect, emotions, everything. And when it settles down, it becomes Atman. A is the sound of infinity. So the infinite word, man, and it's Atman also stands for the soul. So we are nothing but the soul when our mind is settled. So Yoga Sutra says yoga is the settling of the vrittis of the mind or the settling of the disturbances of the mind. When our mind disturbances are settled, we become the soul. At this level, at the surface level, we are looking at toys, colorful toys, and engaging with stuff. At the at the bottom level, the conscious level, it's all about joy. So that brings a lot of joy. Now, let's look at the states of consciousness. At the lowest level, the sleep state, dream state. Let's say we have no self-awareness, but we have some awareness of the content of experience. Something is going on in the dream state. In the waking state, like now, we are aware of our individual ego, the lower self, but also it's colored by all our perceptions. So we are having a mix of awareness of ourselves, but it's more shadowed by the external experiences. Fourth state of consciousness, it's called Turiya. It's the transcendental consciousness in which we see ourselves unbounded, and there's none of the content of the experience, so we can see pure ourselves. When we go to higher levels of consciousness, we can see ourselves also, and yet in the waking state of consciousness, and it gets further refined till we reach the finer states of consciousness where we see ourselves one with the wholeness. So that why do meditation to reach that transcendence, to transcend? Because there are different drivers of growth and different stages of life. At the, as kids, sensory experiences drive, and older, some symbolic processing happens. And young adult, we develop some sophisticated language-based skills. But above 25 years of age, mostly it's the transcendence that drives the development, and the meditation is a way. Types of meditation, there are generally considered many ways of meditation, but from the Eastern perspective, there are two categories. One is the zero type, the world is nothing, the Buddha side, the world is nothingness. And the one type, which is the Vedic, means all oneness. It's a totality, non-dual reality, consciousness, everything. And descriptions of reaching the states have been found across many disciplines and many religious traditions and spiritual traditions, even in poets, etc. Now, meditations have different effect on the brain coherence, right? For example, we look at Vipassana, which is the Buddhist meditation, and Transcendental meditation, which is the Vedic meditation. They have different effect on the brain. So when we do Transcendental Vipassana, it impacts the theta wave, which are lower frequencies, 4 to 6, and alpha, which is 10 to 12, alpha 2. But transcendental meditation impacts coherence in the alpha 1 stage. So every coherent meditation technique is different, just like all medications are not different. So also meditations are not the same. Look at here, TM versus mindfulness, right? So you see that on the left side is when eyes open, there's not much coherence in the brain. When you do mindfulness, there's more coherence here. But when you do meditation, there's a lot more coherence in the mind. Meditation is a technique. Millions of people are doing it, and then it produces a sense of calm. There are hundreds of studies presenting the evidence. TM technique is just 20 minutes effortlessly transcending, and then anyone can practice. It's not something that requires any particular belief system. It's a Vedic mantra, meaningless sound that's given, which helps you transcend. Transcendence leads to increased brain integration, as I showed you in the one of the earlier picture. It leads to increased creativity, and that is hallmark of, I guess, highest level functioning. The transcendent meditation increases brain integration, which leads to creativity, which brings success in research in many other ways. It also helps with stress management, and as I said, there's no other stress management technique that is anywhere close to this amount of hard data in support of reducing stress. So that's what we want to say, that this is the V theory, which shows you life at two different levels, and you should just go up and down the V as time permits. So keep transcending, keep meditating, live joyfully. Thank you.